coffee is something that I've always been very passionate about. It's a hobby since like many years ago. So I've always been making coffee at home, trying new beans, and then subsequently I started roasting at home as well. So it was just a hobby that led, from one thing to another, and now it became a business. Smitten, the meaning of the word means to fall in love with, and we came up with this name because that's the kind of feeling that we want our customers to have when they come visit us here at the cafe. The whole cafe experience, trying great coffee and tea. So that's the whole feeling that we want our customers to have when they come to Smitten. A good cup of coffee must taste pleasant, alright? So it must be balanced. It shouldn't be overly acidic. It shouldn't be overly bitter. It shouldn't be overly heavy-bodied. Another aspect of good coffee is what we call complexity. A nice complex cup of coffee should have like different layers of flavors. Sometimes we taste fruitiness, we taste the chocolate flavors, we taste the nuttiness, all in a single cup. Latte art is an aesthetic finishing to the cup of coffee that should already taste good, but we want it to look beautiful as well. When customers they receive a cup of coffee, visually, if it looks good, I think that generally the customers they tend to appreciate the coffee a bit more. That's how latte art actually comes in to help the public better appreciate coffee. To make a good cup of latte, the milk must steam correctly, and there's a certain technique to it. But the initial part of the pouring is just to get the milk underneath the crema so that it does not disturb the surface of the crema. Right? So when you first pour the milk, you just want to fill up to a certain volume. Right? So for latte, we always want more milk, and then for cappuccino, we want less milk. And then after that, you start to pour the foam right out. And it is the foam that will actually surface and float above the crema, and that's when you actually can draw the latte art on top of the crema. But the texturing, right, is down to the skill of the barista. You cannot have too bubbly foam, okay? And in order to get the nice velvety kind of micro foam, you must have a good balance of mixing air in to create the bubbles, and also the swirling. The swirling basically mixes the bubble and the milk, okay, to give the very nice microfoam that's needed to do good latte art. There are a few standard designs that you can do, and then the more complicated ones will be like a combination of these standard designs. Usually the most basic design is the heart shape. You start off by pouring the milk in, and then when the foam starts to surface at the crema, you try to get a round shape. Then at the end, just pull it off. The other basic design is called the rosetta. It's actually like a fern shape kind of design. And to achieve the rosetta, there's a bit of a swirling needed. Alright, so you got to swirl your pitcher right and left to actually draw the leaves of the rosetta. And at the end, similarly, you've got to pull it off. Then the third design is called the tulip. Tulip is basically pouring one heart after the other, alright, to actually draw out the leaves of the tulip. And then at the end, the final heart will form the flower, the tulip. With these three basic designs, you can actually do combination of these designs to give you more complicated latte art. important that Singaporeans, they understand what specialty coffee is all about. And as part of our business, we have quite intentionally kept the place very small so that it's a very cozy and interactive kind of like environment. We also quite frequently conduct like coffee appreciation workshops for the public, and it is all to like spread the awareness, to help the public understand what is specialty coffee all about. It's an effort, you know, it's slow but steady. We try to spread the word of what good coffee is all about, and hopefully more and more Singaporeans become aware of what specialty coffee is all about.